Before I call the next invited testimony, the county judge has asked of Hidalgo would like to just give a little brief statement. So Judge Ramon Garcia, you can come on up, sir. Hello, Judge Garcia. You can introduce yourself and give your statement.
Thank you, Madam Chairman, committee members. Ramon Garcia, I'm County Judge in Hidalgo County. And welcome, let me give you the official Hidalgo County welcome to our county. You're in the 8th largest county in the state, population-wise, 900,000 to about 1 million. One of the fastest growth areas in the country. And a little bit of history, you're about 2 miles away from the city of, the community of Peñitas, which was created in the 16th century, and which was here before the Mayflower hit Plymouth Rock. Now, Governor Richards used to say that the valley was the front door to the U.S. She said it so loud that Central America heard it, and they're coming. And I know that that's one of the issues that, or at least one of the issues related to the issue that you're talking about. And I'm going to make my comment brief because I'm also hungry. I appreciate, and I really do sincerely appreciate the efforts of this committee for what you're doing. It's a very important issue, and I'm very happy that Representative Longoria and Senator Hinojosa were able to convince you that you needed to do this here where it's occurring in Hidalgo County and especially here in La Jolla. Let me assure you there is these individuals that are coming are not creating a public health crisis for us, are not creating a public safety crisis for us. And the point I wanted to make here today that yes, clearly it is a humanitarian crisis. We do need to provide some assistance to these individuals once they get here. But spending $12 million a month on the deployment or bringing down the National Guard, I don't want to say I don't believe it's very practical. Not a practical solution. What we need, you may need to spend that kind of money, but you need to spend it with the Department of Public Safety, trained law enforcement officers. You may need to spend it with the sheriff's offices in South Texas, trained law enforcement officers. You may need to spend it in the law enforcement community along the border. But you could line up Border Patrolmen and National Guard people one by one up and down this river, and what are they going to do when these people get here and they're in that raft and they're trying to make it to the U.S.? They go halfway through that river, they're in U.S. territorial waters, and they're trying to get up there and climb up the edge of the river and step on U.S. soil. We're not legally, you can't kick them back. You can't shout them back. You're going to help them, and you're going to detain them and send them to be processed at the Border Patrol station. So, I mean, what are you going to be accomplishing by having more untrained personnel out there? You may want to spend money to hire civilian people to be the data processors that gather the information viewing these individuals. You may want to spend money hiring civilian travel agents, because Border Patrol is becoming a business of trying to figure out where they're going and trying to make sure they buy the right ticket. But that's where the resources I feel would be better spent.
Yes.
Judge.
Yes.
Just a quick thought is you're giving your testimony. In deploying these requested 1,000 troops and doing all these or whatever ideas people have along the border, from what you're telling me, you're from the border, you're from Hidalgo County. It seems like overwhelmingly the police officer, the sheriff, the constables, elected officials, the community along the border did not ask for this, right?
Did not what?
Did not ask for these troops.
No, in fact, our sheriff here in the county was concerned that the money was not coming to local law enforcement, people that are actually trained to do investigation and, and apprehension, as opposed to military personnel that are trained for. I believe if you talk to law enforcement officers, they'll tell you that their training is very different.
So what you're saying, you are more familiar with what you need along the border than somebody that lives or does not live down here is better able to determine what your needs are, correct?
Well, I'm not sure if I can tell you what I know, and I can tell you that I'm born and raised here, and I've made every meeting, met with border patrolmen, local sheriffs, local law enforcement, community leaders, and based on that background, that's where my opinion comes from.
Yeah, and what you've seen as elected leader in this area, the community down here feels just like you do on this issue, correct?
Well, I would say that I sincerely believe that the majority of them certainly do.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Thank you very much.